In the 21st century, in 2026, AI is everywhere. And possibly the best thing just happened in terms of open source software and GIS. This is the AI segmentation tool from TerraLabs, and it is brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, it is probably the happiest day in the history of life because open source QGIS just got a massively powerful tool. So AI and everything, as we know, is being used day to day. We probably all use it in terms of the chatbots like ChatGPT. So obviously ChatGPT is its own thing. You can also write really cool code in that. But AI has now come into open source QGIS in terms of the TerraLabs AI segmentation tool. And what a treat. This is a super awesome piece of software. And thank you so much for TerraLabs. Let's have a run through it. So this is the official website page. If you go to using QGIS, it'll take you to the tutorial where this young chap, Ivan, will take you through how to install it. It's very, very easy. As you can see, I already have mine installed. It's super easy. You just go to the plugins, plugin manager. Once it loads, then you go to your search and you just search for TerraLabs. And there it comes up, the AI segmentation tool from TerraLabs. You install it. Once you've installed it, there will be an option that comes up here, and you simply click that and it'll download the software package onto your PC. Then it is simply a case of dragging and dropping your orthophoto and your DSM into your model. I have them overlaid to each other here and converted it to a hill shade. And then you can start segmenting. So all you do is you choose the map that you want to use or start your segmentation on. So let's start with the orthophoto. Then you've got the option to segment only the visible areas. So if we zoom into our map here, let's just turn our surface model off, and you only want to segment this area, it will only encode this area that you can see here, which saves a lot of resources in terms of your computation times and your computer time, your computer resources and infrastructure. So you can either choose that or you can just do the entire image. So this is a small map, so we'll just do the entire image. And you've also got the option to do a single segmentation or a batch segmentation. So you can do multiple segmentations of things throughout your map, or you can just do a singular segmentation. So we'll do, as I say, we'll do the orthophoto first. Make sure that we've got our orthophoto selected and highlighted, and we've got it selected here in the drop down. Then we click Start AI Segmentation. It'll take a second or so to run. You'll actually see a little bar come up here and it'll encrypt the image with the AI code. In the TerraLabs tutorial, they do a lot of roof segmentations and they work really, really well. So let's have a look at how it does with some vehicles. We're using the single segmentation option at the moment. So as you can see, it's picked up the roof there, but we want the entire car, of course. So this is using the left click on your mouse. So we'll just click again, and there we go. Fantastic. Now we can just export that to a polygon layer. And there it saves out. So we've got our single segmentation right there. And this is the cool part. So if we go to the attributes table, it actually gives us our feature IDs, of course, but then it gives you a confidence score in terms of a percentage on how confident it is actually segmented out what you are looking at. And in this case, it's 87% confident, or 88% confident that it is selecting the right object in the image. And it's done a stellar job, as you can see. It's just amazing. And it also gives you the area computation automatically as well, so that's fantastic. Okay, now we'll do a batch segmentation, so we can do multiple clicks. So let's have a look here. Once again, we can click on this truck. Now it's segmented out the canopy, but we want the whole truck. So once again, we can see the entire truck. So let's say it's a bit tight here. We can see that it's missed some of the vehicle here, and there's a bit of a hole in the polygon here. Not to worry, easy to fix. Go fill holes, disappears. It's brilliant. And we want it to be a little bit further out, so it includes the guardrail of the bottom of the truck here. So here we can go expand and contract, and it'll expand and contract the polygon by the number of pixels that you increase here. So that's doing a really good job. And we can simplify the outline or make it more complex by also increasing this number here, so you can see it's getting simpler and simpler and simpler. Or you can make it far more defined and put a lot more vectors down. So this is really good when you're doing things like digital surface models and you're looking at stockpiles. You want as many little points on the ground as you possibly can, but we'll have a look at that just now. Also, if it's made a mistake, you can also undo the last point, so then it'll go back to just heading the truck, the truck's canopy there, or you can go back and of course then it puts it there. And then we go save polygon, and now we can move on and carry on segmenting. So let's say we want to have a look at this roof, and click on the roof. And also you can see here now it's overdone it, so it's actually overshot. So if we use the right mouse click button, and we click on that area, it removes it. So it's quite astonishing. You can get very accurate with the segmentation tool. And single click, brilliant, saves so much time. Now we can save that polygon out as well and continue on our merry way. But this is where it gets really good. So here we have greens on greens. So you can see it's a slightly different green to this tree than it is to the grass. But this just proves how good this tool is. So let's click on this tree and see what it does. Bingo. Canopy found. Tree segmented almost perfectly. And off we go. Save. You don't have to segment out the entire tree. Once again, single click. There we have it. This is just an amazing piece of kit. Really is brilliant. Well done, TerraLabs. So this obviously saves you a huge amount of time when you're segmenting out in large sort of maps. You can use this on satellite maps. GeoWingAcademy obviously focuses primarily on the drone-based GIS training and pipelines. But this tool is an absolute game changer. So now that we've done with our segmentations, we've got our trees, we've got our vehicles, we've got our roof over here. We can export those to polygons. And now we have our polygon layer as well. And we can check our attribute table once more. There we go, there's the confidence and the areas over there as well. And it's good to know that all of your conventional QGIS functions still function exactly the same. So if you want to edit, do some manual editing on your polygon, and we obviously have this one selected, we can remove it, or deselect it rather. And now we can have a look at just how many segments or vertices are actually in this polygon. So you can see there's a lot. So if we smooth that by using the tool that we spoke about earlier in terms of simplifying the polygon, it'll reduce the number of vertices that it puts around the object that you've selected. It's absolutely astonishing. And if you of course want to select and delete, you can still select and delete or change things or do any of your polygon editing that you like. So we're good for now. Let's just deselect that. And I was quite curious to see whether this worked on stockpiles on DSM. So let's have a look. Here we select our DSM in Heal Shade, and now once more we want to do a batch mode, and now we're going to start work on our DSM. Ha! Brilliant. So if you're doing lots of stockpiles around a very busy mine site or something like that, this tool is spectacular. You can see it's not quite on the base of the stockpile yet. Simple fix. Just go expand, contract, and out she goes. Marvelous. Absolutely brilliant. So we want quite a lot of vertices because the algorithm that we use, or the volume computer or calculator that we use, the more you have in terms of vertices hitting the ground, the better. So we'll save that polygon out. That one's good to go, and on to the next stockpile. Done. Brilliant. This is so good. So normally, obviously, with a manual process, you would have to draw a polygon around this, and that just takes forever. Here we've got single click mode, and it also does complex stockpiles like that. We can tighten this in a little bit more, and we can also then maybe just include that little bit there. Bingo. So second clicked, helped it out really nicely. Save to polygon and export. Cool. So now we have our DSM ready to go. So we can, our DSM segmentation. So let's use the volume calculation tool. So we want to use our DSM mask, which is our AI polygons, and we want to use the approximate base of the average polygon vertices, and we want to know the stockpile volume, and boom, fire. So now we have our volumes as well. So let's close and have a look. Open our attribute table, and there we have it. So easy, so simple, really, really brilliant. Saves a huge amount of time. And I mean, geez, what more can you ask for, really? Here's another brilliant use case for the TerraLabs AI segmentation tool. So I want to use a machine learning pipeline to count all the trees in this pine plantation and also collect their height information and their canopy area information. So in order to do that, I need a training layer. By using the TerraLabs segmentation tool, it's become extremely easy to simply click on a pine tree, click on a shadow, click on some dirt, and click on some ferns and build that training data really, really quickly. And then it's a simple case of adjusting the attribute table so that we add in the pieces of information that the machine learning pipeline is going to use, and then running our machine learning model, which is super duper easy. And once run, we'll have all our trees counted and we'll know their canopy areas and their canopy heights. So this is another really useful use case for the TerraLabs segmentation tool. It is brilliant. If you would like to learn how to become more than just a drone pilot and actually start to use some really incredible tools from the open source GIS world for all your drone data analytic needs that go far beyond just the photogrammetry realm and tools that you might get in proprietary photogrammetry software, then go to Geowing Academy today, where you will learn how to get the most out of your drone data. This is for drone pilots, conservationists, land surveyors, anybody who uses drones as tools for their day-to-day work. It is amazing what open source software can do.